Welcome to the Breas Vivo 65 tutorial series. In this video, we will be going through the features and functionality of the right-hand panel. The power switch is located here in the power section. Next to that is a DC power input. This is compatible with an external battery. An adapter is also available that will allow the device to be plugged into a standard 12-volt power outlet in a car. This is the mains input for the AC mains power cable. When attached to the mains, there is a retaining clip that helps prevent accidental disconnection of the mains power cable. This is the O2 inlet, where you can bleed in up to 15 litres per minute of low-flow oxygen. This is the device's air outlet to connect the patient's breathing circuit to. The Vivo 65 can be configured in single-limb leakage, single-limb exhalation valve, or a dual-limb circuit setup. This is the exhalation valve circuit connection. The device is currently set up with its single-limb insert installed, which you would use for either a single-limb leakage or an active exhalation valve circuit. Please note, the single-limb insert does not need to be changed in between patients. To remove the single-limb insert, rotate its outer assembly counterclockwise and withdraw from the device. This is the single-limb circuit valve. You would use this for passive or active exhalation single-limb circuits. For a dual-limb circuit setup, you would use either an adult or a pediatric valve insert. The type of insert you have is indicated by a figure on the valve plate outer part, and also clearly on the box of the insert about to be used. Please note, the dual-limb inserts are single-patient use. There is a rubber seal inside the valve housing. Make sure this is correctly in place before inserting the valve. The Vivo 65 will report an error if this seal is missing or incorrectly positioned. To insert your chosen valve, slide the valve into place. It will only go in the correct orientation. Once fully inserted, rotate the outer ring clockwise into the locked position. This valve provides the expiratory side of the dual-limb circuit. It is important to note that these valves are based on the mode you are operating the Vivo 65 in. They are not based on the size, age, or any other feature of the patient. If the Vivo 65 is in pediatric mode, a pediatric dual-limb insert must be installed if you wish to use a dual-limb circuit. The Vivo 65 will recognise which type of valve is in the machine, so there is no need to input this into the patient's prescription. There are 4 connections at the front of the right side panel of the Vivo 65. From left to right, the green socket is to connect the remote start and stop accessory. The blue socket connects the Massimo SPO2 module accessory. This can then be attached to different types of Massimo probes and sensors. The yellow socket is for attaching a Massimo Untitled CO2 monitoring accessory. Please note that before use, the CO2 sensor needs to be zeroed via the option in the Others menu of the device. And finally, the white connector is the FiO2 connection. The Vivo 65 can measure the percentage of oxygen in the air delivered to the patient using an external sensor. The sensor is then inserted into the T-piece connection to measure O2 passing through the single-limb output. Finally, the FiO2 measurement needs to be calibrated in the Others menu of the device. Make sure to orientate the guide plug correctly. Each socket will only accept the correct connector in the correct orientation. Do not attempt to force any of the plugs into the sockets. To remove the connection, simply pull back on the outer sheath of the plug, which will unlock it from the socket. It should retract easily. Do not forcefully remove the plug. This concludes the right panel tutorial for the Breas Vivo 65. For more information, please visit the Education by Breas website. Thank you for watching.